Hello everybody, Dawny Sims aka Heather here, bringing you a current household, and this is the Goth Family. So I created a Sim and her daughter and moved them into a house, a starter home, and that's where we kind of started. So let's just view the family tree so I can tell you a little bit more of a background story, I should say. Okay, so we started off with Charlie Bernard, and right now she's Rincon because she did get married, but it's not her first husband's. I didn't make him. But anyway, this is her second husband. Her first husband ended up passing away, and she raised Savannah, her daughter, by herself. And Savannah is quite the little nerd and very, very smart. And her mother, Charlie, is actually more of the creative side. She's really into painting and artsy stuff and music. She's really good at playing the guitar. And like I said, Savannah's just more of that family-oriented type nerd. You know, she loves to play chess, and she's in the science field of the career, in her career, oh my gosh. And she really wants to have a very successful family, a lineage. And so she ended up meeting Alexander Goth when they were children, and here is their picture as little cutie patooties when they were children. So there is Alexander Goth and Savannah Bernard when they were children. And there is Savannah and her mom. Her mom had blue hair back in her younger days and her young adult years. She didn't dye it to black, or her natural color is black. She didn't dye it back to her natural color until she became an adult. So here is Savannah and Alexander when they were teenagers. And this is Savannah and Charlie, Savannah's mom, when they went on a camping trip together when Savannah was a teenager. And there was one more picture down here, I think. Yes. And this is shortly after Savannah and Alexander became young adults and they got married. So they were childhood sweethearts pretty much, and teen sweethearts, high school sweethearts if you would. And they discussed it over time that they would absolutely love to adopt a child, and they did. They adopted a little girl. Her name is Diana, and of course she carried on the last name Goth. And she does. She looks like a little goth child. She really does. She looks like she would definitely be part of that genetic pool. So when I was picking out a child for them, I really wanted her to fit into the household and to be loved and, accepted, of course. And that's what she's just a gifted child. She's creative, but she's also very much into what her mom is into. She's definitely into the chess and being a little smarty tardy. As you can tell, she's got 100. She's got a level 10 in the mental portion, and she's actually working on her logic skill now. If she's anything like her mom, which of course she is going to max out the logic, oh my gosh, I can't talk, logic skill when she becomes a teenager. Currently, Alexander is at work, but I think we can still view his family tree because some interesting things have happened in this town. Like, I have been on a roll with the storytelling and the drama in this. Okay. So as you can see what's going on up here, and there's another child, and yeah, it's a little confusing, but I'm going to go through it with you. So Mortimer caught Bella in bed with Dawn, and he asked for a divorce, and she was supposed to disappear. He made up the story that she was abducted by aliens because he just couldn't bring himself to admit that his wife that had so lovingly stuck beside him and was so faithful to him and the family, that she would just cheat on him like that. Now, from Bella's side of the story, though, Bella didn't, like, she loves her husband. She loves nothing more but her husband and her children. But she felt like Mortimer was pushing her away. He was getting more into his career, totally ignoring her needs. And she had tried to talk to him about the intimacy between them, and he just didn't seem interested in it anymore. And he was becoming older than she was. So, you know, the libido and stuff just wasn't there anymore. He just wasn't performing his duties in trying to keep his wife satisfied. You know, he could have done a little extra something something and keep his wife satisfied, but he just showed no interest. Then she met Dawn. Dawn is known as this big Casanova, this heartbreaker, and of course he did date Katrina Caliente for quite a while. He was actually boyfriend and girlfriend with her, and they were actually in kind of a committed relationship, but you know he's non-committal. So, once Katrina passed away, though, that's when he started looking at Bella, and they started to get to know each other on the side. They became really good friends. They realized that they both have, like, a lot of things in common, and they just clicked, and there was chemistry, and one thing led to another. He showed up at her door. Mortimer came home early, and yeah, the rest is history. So, now, Bella, she ended up disappearing for quite a long time after the divorce with Mortimer. She did not actually marry Dawn until later on. Many, many years had passed. Like, Mortimer had died before she and Dawn actually got married. So she went through a huge grieving period because of what happened between her and Mortimer. So Mortimer actually ended up marrying Dina. Is it Dina? Yes. Dina Caliente. And their love was also genuine. A lot of people believed that Dina was in it for the money, but in fact she wasn't. She was actually quite attracted to Mortimer and had been for quite a long time. She'd been eyeing him, just like Dawn had been eyeing Bella. And it's like Mortimer and Bella have always been known to be perfect for each other, when in fact they really weren't. It just wasn't meant to be. That their perfect someone was somebody they never even expected to be their perfect someone. So after Mortimer got married to Dina, they actually ended up getting pregnant. They were super excited about the arrival of their first child. And I was playing Another Household when I noticed that Mortimer had passed away and left his very pregnant wife all by herself. She was sad, distraught, and like, seriously, this woman was depressed. She was in the saddest mood for the longest time because she witnessed his death type thing, and she was definitely tore up about it. And she was pregnant with this child, and he was gone, and she had nobody. She's in that big giant goth house all by herself with nobody there. So she ended up having a child, and it is a boy, and she named him Mortimer. Of course, in honor of her loving husband that she loves so much. Now, Bella and Dawn actually got married after Mortimer had passed away. Bella started thinking more on, you know, doing something for herself and meeting her needs, because she was going into a deep depression. She was, you know, she just wasn't interested in things she used to be interested in, going to the gym and working out. You all know Bella loves to work on that body. So, you know, she just wasn't interested in the things she used to be. And then she realized she was missing something in her life, and she reconnected with Dawn, and it was magic. They never fell out of love. the love had always been there, and so they got married. And they are actually expecting their first child, which has not been born yet. And they're actually getting up there in age, so the child will be probably, maybe getting into the teen years when they're elders. So hopefully it doesn't get taken away because of them dying off and whatnot. But moving on to Cassandra Dreamer, or Goth. That's right, Cassandra actually married Darren Dreamer. If any of you follow the Sims 2 stories and all that kind of stuff, you know about the Dreamer family. You know that Darren was once married and had a child named Dirk Dreamer. And of course, I haven't gotten the rest of the families in this town, and I'm probably not going to. I just wanted to follow more into the Goth side of this, and so Cassandra did not end up marrying Dawn. Actually, they realized that they were just more like good friends and decided to not even go down that road, because Dawn, of course, was interested in Bella. So why in the heck would he marry her daughter when he could have her eventually? He was willing to wait. So Cassandra ended up meeting Darren, which he had been eyeballing her for a long time. Pure obsession. And they ended up getting married, and they had one son together, Austin Dreamer. And the great thing is that Dirk actually has a really, really awesome connection with Cassandra, so he really, really loves his stepmom. And that's just a great thing, you know, to always have, is a strong family relationship. So that is the Goth family as of now, and that's kind of what I've been up to in this current household that I've been playing. I've been bouncing back and forth between a lot of the houses. Actually, a lot has really changed, and if you guys are interested in seeing it, I'm actually going to go into Manage Worlds. I'm going to save real quick, just, you know, even though we didn't really do anything yet. But I was playing a little bit before I started recording. So we're actually going to check out the other households that have actually changed quite a bit. And I will try to give you quick little summaries on what's going on in those households. So I guess the one I'm like most excited about is, I know some of you watch my 100 baby challenge. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But my firstborn daughter, of course, is Hayden, and I definitely love that child, and she is actually over here married to Malcolm Landgrab. Once he became a young adult, I had her move in. They got to know each other a little bit better, and of course they ended up falling in love. We all know that she's kind of like a slob, but she's also very materialistic, so she, of course, is going to go a little bit more into the money side of things, but she does genuinely love Malcolm Landgrab, and they have one beautiful daughter together, and I think they have another child on the way. I'm not for sure. But yes, Miss Hayden Bravo is actually now Miss Hayden Landgrab. So congratulations, Miss Landgrab. You are rich. I don't know if they have another child on the way. It doesn't look like it, you know, from her tummy view, from what I can see. Let's see if we can get a bigger picture. No, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like, but you can see Hayden put on a little bit of meat, and she is working it, you guys. Like, I thought about maybe she needs to lose some weight, and I'm like, why the hell would I want her? I'm sorry. Why the heck would I want her to lose some weight? Look at them curves. That woman is a beast. I love it. So after she had little Lena, she ended up gaining a little bit of weight, but that woman works them curves. She really does, and I am super, super happy to have her in this neighborhood. And Mr. Jay Huntington actually ended up becoming roommates with Nina Caliente and ended up getting her pregnant. But that was not before he got, oh gosh, what's her name? Zoe Patel. He ended up getting her pregnant first, then cheating on her, and saying he didn't want to be a father to her child. She was distraught and depressed for the longest time. And her man here, Mr. I think his last name's Kalani, he ended up swooping in and just, let me see, I don't remember his name. He ended up swooping in and saying, Mitchell ended up swooping in and saying, I'm here for you. I will be your friend. I will be your shoulder to cry on. I will be your rock. Whatever you need, I'm here for you. And they just ended up clicking. They hit it off right then and there, you know. And so they ended up getting married, and they had a son of their own. So that is them. And like I said, he ended up getting, what's her name, pregnant, Miss Dina. And I don't even know what they had. Because I've been playing the other household, so this is new. They had a little boy. So another little Huntington is running around, or another Caliente. So that is that. And here is where Dawn and Bella live, and I actually changed the household to a Lothario, and I changed the storyline here if y'all are interested. What started off as one of Dawn's acts of lust turned into something more. The ever-faithful Bella Goth, dedicated to her marriage and husband, found herself lost in the arms of Oasis Springs Casanova, Don Lothario. Mortimer caught her in the act. Disgusted by his wife's actions and fear of embarrassment, he made up the story that she was abducted by aliens. Bella spent many years mourning her actions, and she suddenly realized the real reason she was so upset. Dawn and Bella are meant to be. And of course I was going to write more, but that's all I can write. So this is just kind of like my little story of Dawn and Bella, and hopefully that kind of clears some things up. And Mr. Johnny Zest actually ended up marrying a woman that is actually a NPC that came with the game. I can't remember her name. Hidalgo. Stella Hidalgo is her. Yeah. Stella Hidalgo is her name. And they ended up getting married. No kids as of yet. Maybe they'll have some. Maybe they won't. I haven't quite decided. And I think that's it for this town. Yeah. The Lewis family. Y'all remember Kim Spencer Lewis family? This is one of their sons, and I had him marry my Inspiration Cast Sim Danica Fantasy. So they are married. I'm not sure if they're going to have any kids or not. Like I said, not everybody has kids when they get married. Definitely not right away. But they are married, and maybe they will or they won't have kids. So we're going to come over here to the Spencer Kim Lewis house, and of course you can see that the two main Spencer Kims, they and Mr. Lewis there, they are actually older, they're elders now, and there is their daughter, and I had a guy I created for another household I was playing in another world. His last name is Wright, and I can't remember his first name. So her name is now, instead of Lewis, it's Olivia Wright. Dax Wright, and he is quite the cutie patootie. And yeah, that's as far as it's gotten, and she is pregnant, I believe. I believe she is pregnant currently, so Olivia will be having a child soon. Dina is living in the Goth house by herself with her son. She is becoming a single mother, and she is going to raise Mortimer as best as she can, since her husband, Mortimer, has passed on. And Dina's so distraught, I just don't see her marrying someone else. Okay, and I know a lot of you have been wondering what Summer Holiday has been up to. Summer Holiday, and I think his name is Gavin Richards, ended up getting married. He's from the BFF house, not the BFF house, the Roomies house. He's from the Roomies house. Gavin. Summer Holiday ended up marrying Gavin Richards, and they have 3 children together. Their firstborn is their son Caleb, and their lovely daughter London was the second born, and they have one named Carolyn. So they have 3 children together, and they are definitely head over heels for each other. And there's the Dreamer house and Pancakes. They actually had 1 child together. It took them quite a while to do it, buds. They did. And Bob still has his pancakes all the time. And Eliza's happy now that they have a son together. So, best of both worlds there, huh? Alright, so we did the Richards, we got the Dreamers, and the Pancakes. And here we go, the Scotts. Okay, so Liberty Lee ended up marrying Travis Scott, and they have 1 son together. They didn't really want to have very many kids, so they just had the 1, Stetson Scott. So that is my crazy neighborhood as of right now. We're going to go back to Newcrest, which is where we have Alexander Goth's house right here with his beautiful wife, Savannah. And here is Savannah's mom, Charlie, and her husband, and they live over here. So, I have been wondering if I should have Alexander and Savannah try for their own child. But right now they seem to be really, really into their career and trying to build that up and, you know, get some money in the house, even though it kind of looks like they're not really hurting for money. But I'm about to do a revamp of their current home. This home I did not make. I actually downloaded this house, and so I just kind of added, like, you know, the wedding stuff over here. But I did not build this. I do not take credit for building this house. No. Somebody else built this house. I just took it and I furnished it. And like I said, I'm wanting to do a revamp of this house here pretty soon. That's why we have the 45 down here saved up. That is from her mother's painting and the music and working, and then also her skills that she has, and her jobs and Alexander's job, and that's how much money they've managed to save. So, yes, doing things, right? So, yeah, total revamp of this place. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing my current household, and if y'all want to see more of this household or any of the households that I just discussed with you and gave y'all a quick rundown on what's going on with this neighborhood, or if y'all wanted to see more of this neighborhood, leave a like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun jazz down below. And you can also follow me on the Sims 4 gallery. My ID is Dawny87. That is DAWNY 87. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoy.